Welcome to Formula One Zone. 2021 was a controversial season for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and nothing has changed since then, as the 7-time world champion remains the hottest topic in the entire F1 community. What is the current situation at Mercedes? What does Lewis Hamilton think about his chances of winning the 8th title? What do other F1 racers have to say about Hamilton? As rumors are all around Hamilton is going to leave Mercedes, and some are even saying that it's all over for him, and he should retire from F1. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on our updates from the F1 community. Lewis Hamilton admitted his bid for a championship is over this season, but could that disappointment prompt him to retire at the end of the campaign? The newly crowned champion, Max Verstappen, faced a serious challenge from 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, as both rivals were equal on point, only for Max to emerge victorious in the final lap of the race, coming fresh off his win in the Abu Dhabi GP 2021. Verstappen shared his opinion on what the results meant for Hamilton's future by saying, "I can understand being unhappy about what happened after the first few days, but you also understand that this is racing and these things sometimes happen. I think it even happened to him before, so I think he knows that I think Lewis should just look at what he's achieved that should comfort him and encourage him to keep going because he can still fight for the 8th title again next year. So I see no reason for him to give up or stop now." Carlos Sainz Jr., the 27-year-old who finished 5th in the driver's standing last season, which was only his first season at Ferrari, said, "I feel sorry for Hamilton," and shared his thoughts about Hamilton's retirement plan, stating, "I don't know what Hamilton will decide to do. I hope Hamilton doesn't retire. I want to continue racing with him. He's one of the best in history, and I want to continue sharing the grid with him." Hamilton is a 7-time champion, whose last victory drew him level with Michael Schumacher. At the time, it appeared he would be favored to claim an 8th, to set him apart from the best ever and to become the unparalleled greatest. Instead, he was usurped as the reigning champion by Max Verstappen in controversial circumstances. While Formula One admitted the course of action to create that situation was due to human error, the result was not overturned, and Hamilton was essentially invited to deal with that injustice with no response. It was rumored that he could walk away from the sport due to disappointment, but ultimately he elected to sign a new 2-year contract with Mercedes and took to the future. Hamilton also said earlier that, "If you think that what you saw at the end of the last year was my best, wait till you see this year." Well, we're all seeing it, and it is doubly disappointing. Lewis Hamilton could only manage a 14th place finish at the Spirit race on Saturday at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Imola. That disappointment in Italy led him to suggest that his chances of winning the Drivers' Championship were already over, which could put his long-term involvement in racing in doubt. So, could disappointing 2022 struggles cause Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton to retire from Formula One? Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff described their car as undrivable and said that Lewis Hamilton deserves better from us after the 7-time world champion at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Wolff apologized to Hamilton on team radio at the end of the race. "Sorry for what you have had to drive today. I know this is undrivable and not what we deserve to score the result. We moved from there, but this was a terrible race," Wolff said. Teammate George Russell did manage to finish 4th after a superb start. Hamilton said it was a weekend to forget, and that he just wasn't fast enough to overtake at Imola. To add insult to injury, he was lapped by race winner Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. He also reiterated that he was no longer fighting for the driver's title, saying, "I am out of the championship, for sure, there's no question about that." Hamilton said the one bonus for the team was George Russell's climb through the field after starting 11th, although he apologized for not also getting into the points. "Everyone is feeling it, and everyone is head down, trying their best." He added, "There's no one that's giving up and everyone is just trying to move forward as fast as they can." Mercedes have dominated the Constructors' Championship in the turbo hybrid era and secured an unprecedented 8th consecutive title in 2021. But this season's regulation changes have not worked in their favor, as Mercedes have been plagued with ongoing car issues this season, including porpoising, a phenomenon where a car achieves its top speed and then bounces up and down on its suspension. You see the bouncing on the main straight. I wonder how the two of them can even keep the car on the track at times. Both drivers are going their utmost and outperforming the car. We have seen that reaping the results of George, who did an outstanding race, perfect start, and then handling the car that wasn't tuned optimally, and Lewis was just stuck in the back. Wolff said, "We are not good enough for a world champion, not worthy for a world champion. We just need to fix the car." Hamilton finished 9th position behind Mercedes teammate George Russell, who came in 4th, making him the only driver to achieve a top 5 finish at every race so far this season. At least, George got some points for the team today. My apologies to everyone that I wasn't able to do the same, Hamilton said. Everyone's just head down trying their best. There's no one that's giving up. Everyone is trying to move forward as fast as they can. I was just a bit of a sitting duck today. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko poked fun at Lewis Hamilton after his difficult weekend at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, saying he should have stopped after last season. Eddie Irvine, the Northern Irishman, the runner-up in the 1999 World Championship, believes Lewis Hamilton should have called time on his Formula One career at the end of last year and thinks the 7-time driver's title holder will be finding his current struggles with Mercedes. During an interview with Gazzetta dello Sport, Irvine discussed the 2021 battle between Hamilton and Max Verstappen, which ended with the Red Bull racer snatching the crown in controversial circumstances at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Irvine believes Hamilton should have retired from Formula One at the end of last season after being denied a deserved record world title. He further added, Hamilton should have quit the sport after the events in Abu Dhabi, because I don't think he will be able to do much this year. He's tough, but qualifying so far has been frustrating even for him, who's used to driving the best car. One-time world champion Jacques Villeneuve said, "The Brit has experienced his worst start to an F1 campaign since 2009 and was lapped by Max Verstappen as he went on to finish 13th at Saturday's Imola GP, which must have left a bitter taste in the champion's mouth." He also questioned, will Hamilton still be there in 2 or 3 years? Will he even reach the end of this season? While Lewis Hamilton denies his F1 retirement rumors and said, "I'll be the one to decide when my masterpiece is finished," and has no intention of leaving Mercedes before the end of his current contract, he has denied all these rumors. He added, "We had incredible times together, highs and lows together, and I'm 100% committed to this team, and I don't want to be anywhere else. It's not in my DNA to pack just because we've reached a rough patch. We are still world champions, and we can turn this around. It just takes longer. It will be a difficult year that we will all have to get through together. Hopefully, we can solve it by the end of the year, or worst case, by next year." That's all updates for now. What do you think? Will this be his last contract with Mercedes? Or will he change his mind about quitting early? Because we don't think anyone can win a worldwide championship with a machine that bounces and dances in the air when you speed up, and that too when you have to take the lead to win. Comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Formula One Zone. Thanks for watching.